What is up, everyone? My name is Matt Tarrant. Thank you so much for tuning in yesterday to my cast assessment for South Australia, Western Australia and Queensland. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, please go back and have a look. Today we are looking at the Australian Survivor 2017 cast members for New South Wales and Victoria. And before we do begin again, if you're one of those contestants, don't watch this. I'm a little bit opinionated on a few of you guys today, and you don't want to hear it, you don't care what I think, so switch it off. Or again, watch it, just make sure you share it and comment it, because that sort of helps to create views. So before we do begin, one thing really interesting about this year's cast is that yesterday I spoke about a lot of dudes. And that's funny because there were only 2 girls yesterday from the cast from South Australia, Queensland and Western Australia. The rest of them are all from Victoria and New South Wales, and only 2 guys. It doesn't mean anything. It's just this like weird kind of thing with the cast. All the girls are from New South Wales and Victoria. Weird. So first up from Victoria, we have Sam. Now Sam is early 30s, she's an endurance athlete, and let's just be clear, that is Elle. Like, that is Elle from season 1, 100%. She's small, she is like early 30s, she is fit, and she's wearing overalls. I feel like Channel 10 have gone, well, we didn't get enough from the edit from Elle last year, so we're just going to cast someone that looks exactly like her and see how she goes. And this is who we have. We have Sam. Sam is incredibly fit, she's incredibly athletic, she's done some incredible things, she works for charities. All of this is sounding exactly like Elle. It's so weird. Like, you can literally go back from the previous cast and just hear what people said about Elle, and this is going to be the same as Sam. I think Sam is going to do really well. She's probably going to form some sort of relationship or love interest with an Australian cricket player, and she'll get to the final 3. I feel like Sam is just going to carbon copy how Elle played the game. And I mean, why wouldn't she? Elle played a terrific game of Survivor. She's probably going to form a bond with someone, probably someone from the opposite sex, and try to get through. Now, it's up to the other contestants out there if they're going to make her get far into this game, or if they're not. We let Lee and Elle control the game. Who knows what these guys are going to do? I see Sam doing okay in this game. I don't know, she probably just makes the merge. I feel like this cast are a little bit smarter than what we were, and they're probably going to stop her before it gets too late. Next up is probably my favourite contestant from this season. Her name is Amy. She is a plumber. She is early 20s, and she just looks great. Like, she looks like she's going to be a lot of fun out there. She's kind of got like Phoebe-esque vibes from her, but I don't want to keep comparing all these contestants to our contestants, because I think Amy is just going to be a really strong, loved player. The only worry I have for Amy is I feel like the editors right now are building us up that one of Amy or Sarah are going to be blindsided at some point. Like, I just don't know if they're building up these 2 really strong characters to go far into the game. And I think Sarah's going to get further than Amy, so I'm worried Amy, she might go a little bit earlier than what we all hope. I think she's going to be a great, fun contestant. She's going to form real good bonds, especially with the guys out there. But I feel like she's going to be able to form bonds with the girls as well pretty well. She's going to be really good at individual challenges, which might save her out there a couple of times. I'm getting kind of like JL vibes from her too. So I feel like she's going to get along really well with everyone, but I just worry she's going to go home earlier than what she should. She just makes moves. Just. Next up, we have Tessa. She is 29. She's going to win this game. I just feel like Tessa is going to win this season. She seems smart. She knows Survivor. She knows how to play. She knows that it is just a game out there. She has to play it hard. I think she's going to be good at challenges. Never the best. I just think she's going to win. She is my winner's pick. Why? I feel like this year, a player is going to win this season. And I feel like Tessa, she's not going to be the biggest move-making player, but she's going to make the right moves at the right time. Tessa, I hope you win. I feel like you're going to. If you don't, I'm sorry for jinxing you, but I feel like you're going to play a really good game of Survivor. Winner's pick. Next up, we have another young contestant. His name's Jericho. He's 23 years old, and he's like the only dark-skinned contestant on this season, I guess. So everyone's all excited. Everyone's cheering for him. I'm worried about Jericho. See, I'm worried because he's young, and he has this idea that he's already got his structure and how he wants to play out in the game already set in stone. He's already written it down. He knows how he's going to play. And you just can't do that in Survivor. One thing I learned is that when you go out there, you have to be adaptable to the game that you are playing, the tribe that you are in. He has this idea that he's going to pretend to be someone he's not. that people stop having that idea. Unless you really need to hide your occupation or who you are, don't do it. It is really easy to lie to people for a couple of days about what you do and who you are, but for 55 days you cannot do it. It is impossible. I think Jericho just misses out on merge, but I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun watching him and a lot of fun watching his lies completely unravel, just like we did with Evan, just like I did out there with Bianca. One of the toughest to pick competitors in this year's Survivor, her name's Annalise. She's young, 23, she's a student. She's kind of this girl that sounds like she's been given a lot in her life. She's always been successful. Her parents sound successful. Her family and her brothers and sisters all sound successful. She knows the game pretty well. But like, Annalise has probably the scariest stare I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm frightened just looking at that right now, and I feel like contestants are going to be a little bit intimidated by it. I mean, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and you see the teeth and the eyes just pulsing at you. It just... Annalise, I don't think she's going to win. I think she's going to get dragged along for a bit of the season. What happens with her, I don't know. She either goes early or she stays late. Lock in final 6. Yeah. When you get interviewed, when you go on Survivor, don't say you're just doing it for fun or you're doing it to fill a gap. Because superfans and fans of Survivor will look at that and go, why the hell you instead of someone that actually wants to be there and knows the game? I'm sure Kate is a lovely person and I'm sure she's going to have a great time playing Survivor. I don't want to hear that though. I don't want to read that. For me, going out on Survivor was something I wanted to do for a long, long time. And I don't like it. Pre-merge. Or after merge. I don't know. I can't judge you just off one line in your bio. I think you're going to play an okay game. You're probably going to last a little while, but you don't really want to be there. So you'll probably make merge and then get voted off. Good riddance. Now to our New South Welshmen, and there's a lot of them again. I mean, there's a lot of Victorian and New South Wales cast members in this cast, and probably the most known, at least the one that's achieved the most maybe, is the first one. Her name's Nicola, or Ziggy. Ziggy is an Olympian. She's won a bronze medal and finished 5th in water polo at the Olympics. And Ziggy has been promoted a lot pre-game. There's been articles about her. She was one of the first cast members released. I'm worried for Ziggy because as an Olympian, I mean, if I was out there alongside an Olympian, no matter what the sport was, I wouldn't want to be there with you. See, Ziggy needs to take Jericho's idea. I mean, Jericho's a flight attendant. No one cares. Ziggy is an Olympian. If I was sitting next to an Olympian on Survivor, she'd be the first to go. If she tells people she's an Olympian, she is going to go early. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think she's going to be an early boot. She's a water polo player. No one out there is going to recognize her. All she needs to do is come up with a real basic, simple story that she goes along with. If she does that, she might make it a little bit further. I just don't think she's got to. I think she's going to be an early boot, which will be a surprise for a lot of people, I think. But I can see her going one of the first, maybe 6 or 7. Next up we have Adette. Adette has the greatest name on this cast, but she also has the worst bio. She wants to be a hero, she wants to bring out her morals, and she wants to play a nice game. It's not Survivor. And I mean, here's the thing. When I played the game, I played at times with my morals and I didn't make the moves that I should have made. I get that now and I kind of regret some of the way that I played the game, for sure. But prior to the game, I didn't go out there saying I was going to play like the best friends club, because you can't go in there with that state of mind. You have to go out there like you're going to play Survivor. Adette doesn't seem to know the game whatsoever. She wants to play with mateship and friendship. I don't think the cast this year are going to accept that. I don't think they're going to appreciate that. I see Adette being a pretty early boot. Next up, we have the first nanny that's going to be on our major TV screen since the 90s, in Michelle. Michelle is 33 years old and she does a job that I didn't realise still existed, and she is the Fran Fine of our cast. Michelle looks like she's going to be one of these players that, I don't know, I don't think she's going to make a huge impact again. I feel like she's going to kind of just go out there and be a Survivor contestant. She'll play the game, she'll probably just make merge maybe, and then she'll get voted off again. And I'm seeing a few of these contestants. I'm seeing some really, really strong female cast members, and then some ones where I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know what you're going to do out there. But I hope to see something from Michelle. She says she's going to play a flirty game. Maybe. She dresses like Kat from our season, which is ridiculous. I don't know. I hope she plays a crafty, flirty game. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think, again, maybe just makes the merge, doesn't make a huge impact. Then we have one of our older contestants, and Jackie. She's 50, she is a wedding celebrant, and she seems a little bit crazy, and a little bit enthusiastic, and a little bit exciting, and on Survivor, that means she's going to be a little bit annoying. I mean, Jackie seems like one of these people you'd love to have a champagne with and have a couple of drinks with. Would you want to live 55 days on an island with her? I don't want to, so no. I think the cast out there this year aren't going to put up with this kind of character. They're not going to enjoy the loudness, the excitement, My guess, Jackie makes pre-merge, she goes a little bit of the way, but she's not going to be the best competitor out there. She's not going to be the most loved person out there, and she's not going to be the most strategic. Pretty much. So far you know who I think is going to win, who's going to make merge, who's going to come pre-jury, but who the hell is going to be first boot? Unfortunately, I think first boot, it's Joan. Why? I think Joan looks like the sort of character I would really like out there. She likes puzzles, she has like an escape room, which I love escape rooms. I just feel like there's something about Joan and the edit the producers are showing us so far that just screams first boot. My worry is that Joan goes out there, she says that she runs this escape room, a puzzle comes up in the first challenge, and for whatever reason, they lose that challenge. She was in charge of the puzzle, she goes home. That might be completely up in my head, but that is what I see happening. I don't think she's going to be the most physical contestant out there. I think when it comes to the puzzles and the strategies, she's going to be really good on top of almost anyone else. I just don't know if we're going to see it from her. I just don't think we're going to see her potential. I think Joan's first boot. And finally, rounding up our last contestant on this huge list of people, we have Peter. Peter is the cutest person I've ever seen in my entire life. He has like caterpillar little eyebrows. He's this cute smile. I think we are going to love him. We're going to fall in love with Peter as a character, as a player of the game. I think he's going to play it pretty well. He seems to know Survivor quite well. Maybe I'm getting like kind of like Craig kind of vibes from him, I don't know, like he just seems very happy, very loud, very cheerful, and I like that. If the contestants out there are gonna like that or not, if Peter doesn't get too excited, too loud, too crazy, he could make merge and be like an early merge boot. If he comes out there and he's all like laughing, happy, excited, he goes early. I hope it's not gonna happen because I feel like Australia are gonna love Peter. I think I'm gonna love Peter. I hope he gets a chance to play a little bit of a game, and I feel like we'll see a bit more of Peter on our screens in the future as well. Yeah. So guys, that is now all 24 contestants in this game. Some of them I love, some of them not so much, but it is Survivor. I cannot wait to see it, but most of all, I want to know your thoughts on each of these guys. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, I'm loving reading your comments and suggestions. If you want to see more of this sort of stuff, fortunately, Channel 10 seem to like what I'm doing. They want a bit more of it. So I'm going to do some of this stuff throughout the season. I'll do recaps, I'll do power rankings, all that kind of stuff. If you want to see more, if you want to see less, if you have feedback, advice, please let me know. Subscribe, follow me, like, comment, all that stuff, please, so it gets out there and people can see it. And let me know. I cannot wait for Survivor to start.